Is Dominik Mysterio really injured? The truth revealed. During the most recent episode of WWE Raw, Dominik Mysterio stirred the pot once again, but this time it wasn't in the ring. Instead, the Judgment Day member made headlines with a backstage confrontation involving none other than AJ Styles. The segment quickly sparked curiosity among fans as Dominik handed Styles a doctor's note, prompting speculation about whether his injury is real or just part of a developing WWE storyline. The encounter took place when AJ Styles, known for his straight-talking demeanor, confronted Mysterio and accused him of faking an injury to avoid defending his title. Styles, a former world champion and one of WWE's most respected veterans, wasn't buying what Dominik was selling. However, the Judgment Day's youngest member came prepared. With confidence and a touch of his usual smugness, Dominik produced a medical document that he claimed proved he was genuinely hurt. Styles didn't back down. He took the note, put on his eyeglasses, and read the contents. After reviewing the supposed medical documentation, Styles made it clear that he wasn't convinced. In a classic Styles fashion, he declared that it was only a matter of time before he dethrones Dominik and takes the title for himself. The moment added fuel to the fire of an already intriguing rivalry and left fans wondering, what's the truth about Dominik's injury? Real injury or storyline? While the segment seemed to play into the usual WWE theatrics, there's more to this situation than meets the eye. According to recent reports from backstage sources, Dominik Mysterio is indeed dealing with a legitimate injury. The reigning Intercontinental Champion is currently recovering from minor rib issues, which have been affecting his in-ring performance and scheduling. It appears that WWE is using this real-life situation to build a storyline around his absence from active competition. Rather than keeping Dominik off TV entirely, the creative team is cleverly weaving his recovery into a plot line, blurring the lines between fiction and reality, something WWE has mastered over the years. Why Dominik isn't defending his title. Fans have noticed that Dominik hasn't been defending his Intercontinental Championship in recent weeks. That's not just a creative decision. His rib injury has made it risky for him to compete at full throttle. Triple H and the WWE medical team are taking precautions to ensure that the young superstar doesn't aggravate the condition further. Although the injury is said to be minor, WWE is not taking any chances with one of its most talked-about superstars. Dominik's role on TV is being adjusted to fit his physical condition. Instead of putting him in high-risk matches, he's being used in segments like the one with AJ Styles, allowing him to stay relevant while still giving his body time to heal. The Judgment Day's role. The Judgment Day faction has continued to play a prominent role on Raw, with Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley, currently absent due to injury, maintaining the group's dominance. Dominik, despite being sidelined from in-ring action, remains an integral part of their weekly segments. His presence on screen ensures that the group maintains its visibility, and his ongoing feud with AJ Styles keeps fans invested. Using Dominik in these limited physical roles helps maintain the momentum of both the Judgment Day and his personal storyline, while still giving the audience a reason to care about his future title defenses. What's next for Dominik? While AJ Styles is clearly positioning himself as a future challenger for Dominik's title, it's unlikely that a match will take place until Mysterio is medically cleared. When that happens, fans can expect an intense showdown between the Phenomenal One and Dirty Dom. The WWE Universe should also prepare for potential twists. Given WWE's history of blending real injuries into storylines, it's possible that Styles might use this time to expose Dominik for allegedly faking his injury, despite the medical note. This type of storytelling keeps fans on edge and fuels the tension leading up to an eventual clash. Final thoughts. So, is Dominik Mysterio really injured? The answer is yes. He's reportedly dealing with a minor rib issue that has temporarily kept him out of in-ring action. However, WWE is using the situation to its advantage by incorporating the injury into ongoing storylines. With AJ Styles now involved and the Judgment Day storyline continuing to evolve, Dominik's eventual return to full-time competition could make for must-see television. As always in WWE, the line between fiction and reality remains blurry, but that's exactly what keeps fans coming back for more. Ahead of WWE Night of Champions 2025 in Saudi Arabia, Fans were excited to see a high-stakes match between AJ Styles and Intercontinental Champion Dominik Mysterio. The company had officially announced the bout, building anticipation for the international showdown. However, just days before the event, plans took an unexpected turn. During an episode of Monday Night Raw leading up to the premium live event, WWE official Adam Pearce addressed Dominik's condition on screen. He revealed that Dirty Dom had suffered an injury and, as a result, the scheduled match against AJ Styles was pulled from the card. The news disappointed many fans who were eager to witness the clash between one of WWE's most decorated veterans and one of its most controversial young stars. Thankfully, reports indicate that Dominik's injury is not severe. WWE confirmed it to be a minor setback, and there are currently no plans to strip him of the Intercontinental Championship. This decision signals the company's continued faith in Dominik's title reign and suggests that a return to action may be coming sooner rather than later. Moreover, despite the brief pause in the storyline, WWE made it clear on the latest episode of Raw that they haven't abandoned the direction they were headed in. A segment on the Red brand hinted at unfinished business between Styles and Dominik, keeping the tension alive. AJ Styles, visibly frustrated by the cancellation of their match, issued a stern warning, signaling that their rivalry is far from over. This developing feud presents an exciting dynamic. On one hand, AJ Styles brings years of experience, global recognition, and in-ring excellence. On the other, Dominik Mysterio has become one of WWE's most talked-about stars, thanks to his alliance with the Judgment Day and his polarizing persona. A match between the two for the Intercontinental Championship promises not only high-quality wrestling, but also a compelling story of legacy versus rebellion. As Dominik works toward recovery, fans are left wondering what will unfold once he's back in action. Will he be able to hold his own against the Phenomenal One, or will AJ Styles end his title reign? The build-up suggests that WWE is treating this storyline with importance, likely positioning it as a marquee feud heading into the summer. While Night of Champions lost one of its potential show stealers, the delay may end up adding more fuel to the fire. With time to further develop their characters and story, AJ Styles versus Dominik Mysterio could eventually become an even bigger attraction than originally planned. For now, the WWE Universe will have to wait and see how this rivalry plays out. But one thing is certain. When Dominik Mysterio returns, all eyes will be on whether he can back up his bold claims and prove himself against one of WWE's finest. But one thing is certain. When Dominik Mysterio returns, all eyes will be on whether he can back up his bold claims and prove himself against one of WWE's finest.